Tonight, we continue to investigate the refugee resettlement program locally. An opinion held by many is that crime is increasing because of new people, refugees included.
One of the questions on a recently commissioned Valley News Live survey is, do you think the police need to provide statistics on crimes committed by refugees? And an overwhelming number of you replied that they should.
Now, do the police have that information now? And what do refugees living here for years have to say about all of this? Well, Valley News Team's immigration and relocation reporter Bradford Eric answers these questions.
82% of you say police departments and resettlement agencies should be required to provide stats related to refugees. Fargo police say it's hard to do.
We don't monitor at all criminal statistics based on your immigration or even your cultural status. It would be overwhelmingly complicated and almost impossible to do. We can't even monitor growth off of census information.
Christy Jacobson is the cultural liaison officer for Fargo PD. A veteran who served tours in Germany and Iraq, Jacobson's position was specifically created due to the diverse population now calling Fargo home.
For example, our former Bosnian refugees would be white on a racial demographic. Our Iraqis, Afghanis would also be considered white.
Officer Jacobson says it's her responsibility to educate refugees about what is acceptable in the eyes of the law.
And then also by studying and interacting with those communities, not only am I educating them, they're educating me, and I take that information back to my fellow law enforcement officers and agencies.
As her title suggests, Jacobson serves as the go-between for the refugee communities and the Fargo police.
Pretty equal to language barrier is the trust issue.
She says in many of the countries people come from, the police are corrupt and people fear them. So it's her job to gain the trust and support of those leaders in the refugee community. But what about those people who say you can't take someone from a war-torn part of the world and plop them down in Fargo, North Dakota, give them a couple classes, and expect them to be a stand-up model citizen?
I disagree. We provide or do our best to provide wraparound services for these individuals. But of course, trauma is going to take time to resettle. But we do the same every day with our troops that have endured extensive amount of trauma.
So what do refugees think about our survey? And can they confirm the feelings and opinions that survey shows exist in our community?
I came to the United States in 2003. Okay. For a while I've been moving around, but I lived here for, I can give you probably like a good 5-6 years.
Pastor Medende is originally from Kigali, Rwanda, a country in Africa. Medende says it was the opportunities the United States offered that drew his family here.
So to be able to go to school and and kind of learn from the best.
And Medende eventually went to school, went to college, and is now an artist living in the area. I shared the survey results with him, showing 57% of people living here do not want refugees.
I guess it's a very difficult sentiment to think about. It's also, I guess it's happening all over the place, I guess, not just in Fargo.
Medende says it's maybe something to do with people's preconceived notions, or that people feel the government is not spending their money in the right way. But his reaction?
A little bit sad, because most refugees really, it's not their first choice to say, oh, I'm getting up, I'm going to America,
Fargoans and Morherians need to know we are part of this community, over 10% of this community. And we are doing most of the work that nobody else is doing.
Fauzia Adi is executive director at the Immigrant Development Center in Moorhead. It's a small grassroots operation helping refugees and immigrants understand the economic requirements of starting a business here in the U.S. Adi fled her home in Somalia to a refugee camp in Kenya.
I didn't have a choice. I was in a refugee camp, and they divided our refugee camp in so many different pockets, so countries who can afford to take refugees can take them.
That was 18 years ago. Now Fauzia has a family, has been the only delegate from North Dakota at a White House event, and an astoundingly positive attitude. But what did she think about the survey?
I know it's hard to realize, because it's hard to know how fortunate you are. And it's hard to explain unless they go through trainings or kind of, if you take your staff and go to camping for 5 days, you will realize how good it was home and the shower you had and everything. So it's hard, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them. I don't blame the Fargo Moorhead community realizing exactly what we went through.
Christy Jacobson, Pastor Madende, and Fauzia Adi all say more education and just being more neighborly couldn't hurt. Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
Tomorrow, join us on Valley News Live 10 at 10 as Bradford sits down with the CEO of Lutheran Social Services, Jessica Thomason, to take a hard look at the work LSS does to help bring refugees to the Valley and integrate them into society.